Anyway, last
man.
story for the night, I guess you could say. This drops today.
This is a good one to discuss and end on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Today, Geoff Keighley tweeted in a note-like fashion that he is bowing out of E3 this year. And I actually tried to ask him a question, but of course why would he answer me?
Why would he?
Geoff Keighley,
I actually do want to bring up the tweet.
For reference, Geoff Keighley is primarily known as the host of the Game Awards. He's a prominent personality.
Founder of it.
The founder of the Game Awards.
Yeah, it's his baby.
There's a prominent gaming personality around the industry and the events and stuff like that. And he's been a part of E3 doing this Coliseum show in one way or another he said for 25 years I will not be participating at E3 for the first time in 25 years.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of the most recent in a string of events and news points about people not going to E3. And this has just been a downward slope since Sony in 2019 said we're not coming to the show. Yeah,
and then right after that, the ESA, the people who run the E3, leaked all of the press personal data, home addresses, phone numbers.
Wait, again?
No.
This is right out. Yeah, the first time.
We're doing the history.
It's okay, Felix. We're good. I know. And apparently their agenda for their site actually got kind of leaked today as well on their site. It was up with no password on it, and then they pulled it right after someone posted it. Apparently that was a thing that happened
today.
Like a day or two ago. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So for Geoff Keighley,
they're a target now, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I guess so. Weren't they always be? But for Geoff Keighley to come out and say, he's debated what he wanted to say about E3 2020. He hasn't said anything yet, and he wants to be there for it. But he made the difficult decision to decline to do the E3 Coliseum for the first time in 25 years. He wants to support the industry in other ways in the future at other events, of course. And then he's like, if you have any questions, and I asked you to ask a question, can I find it? Of course, I'm not going to be
Don't look for your question.
Why not?
Oh, look for your question.
Yeah.
See if you reply.
All these blue check marks are going to get theirs up there. Let's see. Oh, look, even Greg Miller does. Even Greg Miller chimed in. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not going to skill up. I asked this exact question. I don't think even he got a reply. Yeah, he didn't get a reply.
What is the question?
Will I find it?
Apparently, according to this article, someone did ask him if money was a factor. And he said, wasn't really anything to do with that. We honestly didn't even get that far. So
I didn't think it would have been money.
So it sounds like he dipped out early on in the planning process and felt like whatever they were doing, either he didn't align with personally or he felt there wasn't value in it and decided to dip away.
Yeah. So I asked him, is this specifically related to last year's breach of attendees' personal information? And no response. Because
he couldn't comment on that.
No, probably not. But you know what? Shot my shot, you know?
It was a good shot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
doing that journalist thing.
Because he's had a relationship with them, he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
I don't think he wants to disparage them based on the mistakes they made.
Mm-hmm.
But that could be the reason, secretly.
Yeah. Because he just probably wouldn't feel comfortable.
Well, he's an agent and he has a PR image, you know, and he has to keep his public relations going, so he can't be tied to an organization that publicly fucked up.
And you know, it's also really, really something that someone of his level and other developers that are giant names going to E3, something that they're always considering is the opportunity cost of something like this. And he's specifically saying, you know, what's the cost of doing this? You know, am I losing more by deciding to not do E3 that I'm gaining? And I think that the reason a lot of people are pulling out is that they're realizing that the capital that you get from E3, that's declining. So you're not losing out on as much by not attending. There are so many other ways to like increase your brand or do your own other gaming content, especially for someone like Geoff Keighley. You don't need E3 the way that you needed E3 in the past.
Well, but I think that stems from the fact that it's no longer an exclusive event. It used to. We were there.
That's a part of it. That's absolutely part of it. Yeah.
We can testify to the fact that we were at E3 the last year
before public.
It was
the last year before they sold the tickets publicly.
Yep.
It is no longer an event exclusive to developers.
To be honest, even that was a shit show.
Yeah. But like, it's not an event exclusivity to developers only. It used to be you would sit in a room with all these people that were your contemporaries, and it's no longer that. I mean, I don't think he's that petty, but like,
no. Well, it's like no longer like a press show anymore, right? It is now just like a.
It's still a press show. Remember, we didn't attend. Me and Trip Zero did not attend the press event.
No, for sure. But even the show floor is open.
Can I clarify that real quick?
Yeah.
What we went to is the actual show. We didn't go to like the announcement, filming,
press event.
taping, whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like we're like all that is still for the benefit of the press
Yeah.
originally to get your hands on.
Like
that's where you try the thing.
It's
where
the
you
after the
gain-
fact.
Right,
We
right,
announced this. Come down to the floor and check it out.
Right.
We went to the exhibition. Is what they call it.
But as they, let more and more people in there, dude. Even when it was closed and we were there, people had just friends of friends, GameStop employees, game company employees could get people tickets. Like people were in there as fans.
Yeah.
And that was just an increasing amount every year until the ESA said, let's just sell tickets.
Fuck it.
Yeah. And it became conified.
Then remember that PowerPoint deck leaked, right? And they were
Yep.
talking about commodifying lines and making it like Q-attainment or
That
whatever
was
they call it.
also a bad look for the ESA's brand.
Yeah, because they're trying to figure out how to make more money off of it, I guess, and just bring in more
Yeah.
crowds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn,
And
what a
which
weird thing.
Probably turned off a lot of insiders as well. They probably were also like, I don't want to be a part of an industry event that's becoming like a zoo. Like people are coming here to look at us. And I used to come here to do business. Like I used to have meetings with people and figure things out. And now I'm avoiding lines of just idiots.
But now the problem is also that all these companies
Honestly.
are pulling out, right? Like Sony's not there anymore. So I listen to Giant Bomb and they go like, what's even like the point of us going now if the games aren't going to be there? If we're going there specifically to talk to the developers.
And this is how this thing happens. Like everyone has their own reasons for pulling out, but when Sony makes that decision and then Geoff Keighley makes that decision, people go, "Oh God, they're really losing their like worth and their capital here. I don't need to spend my time here. This is not something of value. So I'm going to just dip and do my own thing."
Yeah, because then press they got to dodge the common people,
Yeah.
right?
It's the Jenga.
They got to
effect.
get to their appointments.
Well,
and
what is the premier exclusive gaming event if E3 isn't that anymore?
PAXs are getting better.
They're getting, but they're not exclusive.
No, they're not exclusive. They're limited tickets.
You didn't
but
say a certain word. You didn't say for the industry.
Right.
And there is not one
There
besides
isn't
E3.
one besides E3.
There's not one.
But people like Sony realize that
Maybe the
they
industry-
can they can show off their games on their own time, and they can still call the press to their studios, right, and show off games and do it exclusive. They can own the news cycle in that regard, right? They want to talk about Last of Us. Well, okay, we got all the press in our room looking at Last of Us, and they go write their articles. And guess what? Now
So they're not using an
reads
event as a gatekeep. They're becoming the gatekeepers individually.
Well, I guess Sony and among other companies are realizing, hey, we have the goods. Why should we share this week with all these other companies, right?
Yep.
Why should we share this spotlight with everyone else when we can just show off our PS5 in a specialized event that all the press comes to for us? And that would be crazy.
Well, it's
see
these things
E3 decline.
It's Nintendo's model, right? It's Nintendo Direct. It's now what's the other thing?
They've been doing that for years.
No, but what's the Xbox one called now? The Microsoft one.
Shit.
Yeah, that one. They just did it recently.
Sony has like a state of the
State of Play, the Sony State of Play,
And also
Sony
Sony
Play.
Experience in December.
or is it the Xbox? State
They
of
haven't
Play?
done that in like 2 years.
Oh, true.
I think it's because they're ramping up for the PS5. That's why I think they haven't.
But
done
they're
it.
doing the companies themselves are doing these.
Yeah, they have their own
individual
little
event
fucking events.
things.
Yeah.
I think there will be something that replaces E3 as an industry event, or E3 goes through a long period of like super decline and then revitalization, which will be like a 5 to 10 year process. But there might be a replacement event that shows up. But if it is going to be as successful as E3 was for news, it has to be exclusive. It has to gatekeep. It has to have only the industry insiders and elite to give information to the people that want the information, not bring people into that space. Like it has to do that, because that's what makes industry people want to be there, and that's what makes people want to tune in, because they can't get that experience anywhere else. It's got to fulfill those check marks in my mind.
Exactly.
I think you're right.
Don't disagree with
think
that.
this E3 is gonna be very fascinating.
To watch it, it'll be crazy because they're gonna have the least amount of like clout in terms of developers that are there they've ever had, and it'll be cool to see how they handle that, good or bad. You know,
Also,
what they decide to like focus on.
When was this shitty like cell phone comment? Was that in E3?
What Blizzard?
Yeah, where he's
About
like,
the
you
Diablo
got
thing?
cell phones, right?
No, wasn't that
was
BlizzCon?
BlizzCon
That was
last year.
Blizzard's
BlizzCon.
own event. Doing
Blizzard's
that.
own event.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're all doing their own fucking things now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that BlizzCon's old. That's been
No,
around a while.
but they're following the more companies are following the model of that,
Oh yeah,
of doing their
other
own
people are
Yeah.
following suit. For
We're
sure.
definitely in a transition period, and it'll be super interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes this summer.
Guys,
huh?
we can start our own event and make it industry focused.
Emergent Con.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, look, if no one else is doing it, let's fucking do it, dude. Let's be the ones.
Fuck yeah.
And only invite Jeff Keighley. Jeff, we have an event
Jeff,
for you.
you can
No
come to
one's
our
invited
event.
but you, and you can talk
And
about
we
all
won't
the things
leak
you
your
want to talk
data.
about.
Don't worry.
Trust me, I'm going to put a passcode on my phone with your phone number on it.
Well, and think about it. He might be declining this event because maybe he does have an event idea that's already coming.
All right, we'll come to the next one. We'll prove our worth this year, Jeff. Come to next year's,
Yeah.
2021.
No, I mean there might be the Jeff event. Go to
Look,
Jeff.
we're trying to get him on
Jeff
our
Poe.
new. We're trying to get the whole
Jeff
industry.
Poe.
No, don't give him my. No, think us. Think for us. Don't think for Jeff.
Can we call it Jeff Poe?
Sure. Okay, I'm back.
Come to the Jeff Poe.
Oh, I like
Emerging Air
I like
presents Jeff.
Emergent Expo.
Jeff Poe.
Emergent Expo would be
Jeff's Poe.
MM Poe.
Emergent Expo Experience. Boom it. We got our own E3.
We
there
do.
we go.
We do.
There we go.
Emergent Expo experience.
It's E3. Boom. Nailed it.
Experience. Well,
Actually, our hashtag that year was EG3.
EG3. I remember. Yeah.
EGE3. EGE3.